All right, we here. And RKT Appraisals in the building. We got Kelly Mir Rashidi in the building. So Rashidi, I'm gonna make you, you just go in, take over, let people know what we're gonna talk about today. Because what's good?
Yeah, man, just keeping it simple today, man. Life has a lot of struggles, and a lot of times we want a lot of breaks in life, but we don't got time for breaks. Even long story short, it's okay to take a vacation every once in a while, but too many times and too often people want to take a lot of breaks and want to catch a break and all that type of stuff. But the reality of the situation is you have to stay focused and keep doing what you're doing and keep it moving. Right. Why? Because we're always going to be facing something at all times. And the truth is you can't wait around for a break. You can't wait around for somebody to do something for you or promise you this or promise you that and wishful thinking, all that type of stuff. You just got to keep it moving, keep it grinding. And once you do that, you get to where you need to be. And then eventually you need to take a vacation before you're completely burnt out.
Right. Now, I mean, I agree with that, to an extent, because I think a lot of times what happens is people take time off before they actually had time in. You understand? So it's like even, for example, when we talk about dating and shit, there's a lot of guys that'll be like, yo, I'm taking time off of dealing with women. But I'm like, bro, you weren't dealing with any women. So how you taking time off dealing with women? You ain't got no girls. You ain't been fucking with nobody. So it's like people they take time off of stuff, but they don't really have any work to show for why they're trying to take a break or, you know what I'm saying? Like take time off or to chill. You know what I'm saying? And I think it goes with like a lot of people's mentality where I think sometimes people have the illusion of action or the illusion of I'm actually doing something. So even, for example, somebody might go to the gym and they'll stay in the gym for like 45 minutes, but they really only did like 7 minutes of working out. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, but most of it was but if they felt like they did something, so they felt like, man, I've been working out crazy, then they took like a bunch of breaks in the fucking workout, but they never really did a full like actual workout. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what was your thoughts on that shit?
I mean, here's how I look at it. I feel like what it is that we look at people's success as an overnight success, right? So then we thinking everything is short term. So then there is no such thing as an overnight success. But most people, they've been working at their craft for 10, 15, 20 plus years before they got their breakthrough. But we're so used to seeing everyone at that point already. And we're thinking that it happened in a small period of time when it really took, like I said, 15, 20 years to really, happen. So then, like you said, even with the gym, the person who goes in for 10 minutes versus the person who goes in for an hour and a half, the person who went in for 10 minutes, seeing that person who went in that for the hour and a half at that hour and 20-minute mark.
Right.
They did the same thing. And then they didn't. Right. And that's really like the it's like it's an issue. It's like it's a problem because perception is everything. So then you might think like you said, you might think you're really doing something, but the truth is you're not really doing anything. And everything is relative. It's in comparison to who, to what.
Right.
Because we might think you ever drove, right? You ever drove fast, right, on the highway? And think you're driving fast until somebody zoomed past you. And then you realize, like, wait a minute, I wasn't actually going that fast.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's that same kind of like scenario.
Right.
That's some real shit. I think that's some good shit because you're saying like it's like the perspective of understanding. I think sometimes what people do is because they're in a situation that they're in and they see somebody else in another situation where they would want to be, they would look at what those people are doing and think, oh, that guy or that person is where I want to be. They seem like they're not working that hard. They seem like they got shit handled. I could probably do that next week. I could start that next week and get to where they're at. But they don't realize all the work that's going into what that other person's doing to get where they wanted to go. So if a person's trying to make money and they see somebody else really making money, or let's say even like with online stuff, like they see people get on YouTube, get on Instagram, start all these different things. and they don't realize how much work goes into it, how much work people put into these, podcasts, videos, marketing, all the other stuff. They don't see it. And then they think that because it looks easy on the outside, that they can just jump in at any time and do the same exact thing and then sort of coast into it. So I think even sometimes what happens is people take breaks even before they jump into the situation because they think they have time. They think it's going to be easy once they start it. Think, well, I can do that at any time and it's going to be the same type of outcome until they actually get into it and realize, man, I didn't realize how much work goes into even maintaining this type of situation, how I want it to go. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah. And I also think our society got lazy too.
Right.
We got way too lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is like really pretty much done for us, or we're finding ways to make life easier, which I understand. I'm not against it.
Right.
I'm just saying that's, we're just a byproduct of that. And then so the true meaning of real hard work, the grinding, like Rashid was saying earlier, nobody really truly understands that, or most people don't understand that today, just because we especially here in America, we live in a society where everything is just handed to us. The technology, it does everything for us. Like I want you guys to go somewhere without using your GPS. I guarantee you won't find a place.
Right.
I guarantee you won't remember the last place that you went on how to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you lived in the area for X amount of years, you're not gonna know how to get there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how we are with society today is it spoiled us to the point where, we thinking like I said, the 10, 15, 20-year grind is an overnight success, and that's not true.
Right. That's facts. That's real shit.
And it's everybody's point too. You really think about it. The reason why when you work a 9 to 5, while we're given a break, is because they actually have studies have shown that you need a certain break at a certain point in time.
Right.
And if you look at it, when you get your job, that's why they have all these tasks and things for you to do. And then they give you a break because you're about to burn out and stop.
Right.
And what people don't realize in life outside of work, you got to treat it kind of like work, where it's like you got to do a certain amount of stuff and set a amount of tasks before you actually take a break. Otherwise, you never get nothing done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everything. Where it's just like, if you don't set real goals and things and you're just taking random breaks, to everybody's point, you'll never get anything done. If you're looking for a job and you put in one application, are you gonna really find a bunch of jobs, or should you be putting like 20 applications and let me take a break? I filled out 20 applications.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to apply every aspect of work to your life and then make it into your own, and then just take it from there.
Right. I'll say too that all this taking a break talk and vacation and all this shit, I think that's why it's very instrumental that you do something that you like to do, or do something that you love to do, because you shouldn't necessarily need a break from what you do if you love to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because I keep seeing all these these little videos of, they talk about like somebody like Kobe Bryant, right? And they was like how they went to the they was doing the dream team or the Olympic team or whatever, and dudes went to sleep and woke up at 6, and then it was like Kobe's already sweating with the ice packs on his knees.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about he started working out at 4 a.m.
Right.
And he's getting ready for his next, he's chilling with the ice on his knees, getting ready for the next workout. And these niggas the rest of the team is just waking up.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? And it just goes to show that like it's people out there that love what they do.
Right.
You understand? Because, look, life is always going to expose the posers and the tourists. You understand? Some people, it's some people that come to a space. Like I've been a photographer for a while, and I've seen tourists. I've seen dudes that come into the space just for the money. Like I've seen photographers literally sit on the ass, and they be in the party or the wedding or the event, and sitting down like this.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like sitting down, bro. And because at some parties I do video and some parties I do photos. So at one particular party I was doing video and they hired a separate photographer, some dude, and they sitting down snapping photos, and I'm like, really, nigga? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because a lot of people, they hear that there's money in a certain business, so they come into the business to do it. But it's like, bro, I know you don't love it. I know you don't love it. I see it in the way you behave that you don't love it. And you the type of dude, like you the type of person that's going to want to take a vacation. You the type of person that's going to want to take a break. But listen, difference between me and you is I'm on vacation.
Right.
And because I'm already doing what I love to do. Like I'm on vacation and I'm making money.
Mm-hmm.
Still doing what I'm doing. I don't need no break from this. This is what I love to do.
Right.
So that's the difference between me and you. Like you coming in here to try to make money. I'm coming in here because this is a part of my identity. This is a part of who I am. So therefore it's built in. Like I make money. Like you ever heard shout out to Birdman. He says, get it how you live.
Right. Right.
A lot of people don't really know what that means, but what it means is that I live my life as a photographer.
Right.
I'm gonna literally make money just by breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Because me taking as a photographer, loving photography, me taking pictures comes just as easy and involuntarily as breathing for me.
Right. Right.
So do we need to take a break from breathing?
Exactly. Right.
But that means as I live and breathe, I'm going to be taking pictures. So money's coming to me regardless.
Right.
So I didn't come to take pictures to make money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just taking pictures and
Right.
the money comes. You understand? And like what me and Lucario do on our other channels.
Mm.
Nigga, we're not YouTubers.
Right.
I swear to God, almost all of the shows that Lucario and myself do, we would have had these conversations over the phone anyway.
Right. Exactly.
I kid you not, because literally we've been having all these conversations since before YouTube even started.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the four of us, how many times have we been together in the room just talking about like money and the ways to make it, and as young men what we need to do and the next move and all this. Think about it.
Right.
Matter of fact, the last time we was together, it was at an event for our sister, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we literally had this. We literally was sitting down talking and having a conversation, pretty much like this.
Right.
You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's people who come into a space to make money,
Mm-hmm.
and then people who literally live and breathe the shit that they do. So it's like, oh, the money's coming. We don't got to worry about it. It's a given that the money's coming.
Right.
Because this is what I do naturally. So I don't need a break from this. I don't really need a vacation from this. Like most, like it's dudes like us, we'll take a vacation only if our woman or our lady says, yo, can we go somewhere? Can we do something? And
Right.
then we'll still bring our computers with us and still get on the podcast for a couple of hours and do what the fuck we got to do and still make that money, because this is what we do. We live and breathe this. It's involuntary. It's a part of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And when things are a part of who you are, and even if we're going to talk about relationships, you have those, you seen those movies where the kids and the wife start getting all frustrated and resentful because the husband is like on his phone or on his computer.
Right.
That's not a lot of that shit is fictitious, because if your kids know who you are, if your wife actually knows who you are,
Mm-hmm.
they would understand that that's how you breathe.
Right.
And they would meet you at your level.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's just 5 minutes they get to talk to you, they would talk to you for that 5 minutes and appreciate it and understand it, because that's how you breathe.
Right.
You understand? So I'm taking this conversation in way other places, but
Go in. Pause.
Listen, if you're an entrepreneur listening to this shit, or if you're a busy career man listening to this shit, and you got a wife or kids that's nagging you and talking shit, talking about, oh, my dad was never there because he's always about business and blah, blah, blah. That means they don't understand how you breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That means they don't respect your identity, or you never fully explained who you were to these people that say they love you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what it's really about. Like, everything kind of comes back to really understanding who you are.
Right.
But so truthfully, when niggas say, man, I'm burnt out, I need a vacation, you're probably not doing what you really love to do, homie. You're a tourist. You're a fucking poser. You're not really here to do you're not of it.
Right. Exactly.
You understand? You're not truly of what you say you are. You here trying to make money, and that's cool. You're a hustler, and that's cool. But are you? Is it a part of you?
Right.
Are you getting it how you live? Is this how you breathe?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is how I breathe. I talk shit for a living because I'm a confident nigga that knows how to attach one idea to the next. So I can talk about money and I can bring it right back to identity and game at any fucking time because this is how I breathe.
Right.
This is who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it really all goes back to the person that you are, bro. It ain't no game, and it ain't nothing different. Whether you want to make $1 or you want to continue breathing, it really comes down to the same thing.
Right. They say if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
You know, if you're really passionate about what you do, right? You're just gonna do it, right? And this shout out to everybody in the chat. Kenwood Drive says finding what you love to do isn't always easy. That is true. But until you, but the thing is, you still have to find what you love to do. See, for me, I know that I like to help people. I'm passionate about. I've been helping people before I ever worked a day in my life.
Right.
I get satisfaction from seeing other people progress and doing what they have to do. So for me, I knew I had to do something that I know that was going to help people in a way that they can progress for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to go through the motion of finding that. So
right.
Yes, it isn't always easy. However, while you're working or doing something that you don't want to do right now, you still got to think to yourself, okay, what do I want to do? Because once you find that, like I said, and just like Miles was just saying, like, you know, you'll just do it. You won't even think about it. You won't even second guess it. This is who you are.
Right.
At this, you know, and that's what I feel like a lot of people have issues with. They just don't know what they want to do. So then they'll just get it. They're just literally working just to get a check. And like I said, it's cool until you know, but at some point you have to figure out what your calling is. What are you good at? What are you happy about? And you could still make money from it at the same time. You know?
Right.
Yeah, and to piggyback off everything Miles and Kadeem said, I mean, honestly, it comes back to self, man. I mean, to Kenwood's question, it comes back to self, man. If you true to yourself, and you true to your core, and you accept your core, no matter what you do, you will use that, and it will spill into whatever you're doing in terms of work. So to Kadeem's point, you know what I mean? Like myself, you know, I enjoy helping people. So everybody on this panel know me. I've had many a 9-to-5 jobs. But at the end of the day, all those jobs, they were paychecks, but I was always helping people and doing things, and I got that joy out of it. And I always was very successful in every role I ever had.
Right.
Why? Because I enjoyed helping people. So no matter if I was selling mattresses, because I did that, I was still helping people. It was fun. You know what I mean? Whether it's working in the insurance industry, and as boring as it is, I was still helping people about determining if it's their fault for the accident and why. Instead of just being boring and cut and dry, like, all right, you got in an accident, you hit John, that's the end of that. No, I'm being like, listen, you was driving this fast, XYZ. Did you really do everything perfect in the accident? Just really enjoying everything I do and enjoying myself and enjoying helping people. And it pours into whatever you do. So the truth is really just sticking to the core of who you are as a person, of who you are as a kid. Unfortunately, most people in life, they let it get a hold of them where they get caught up in money and all this other type of stuff, and you forget who you are. Then once you forget who you are, you fall for anything. And then you get a job, and then you want to get a check, and it's all about money, but you don't know who you are, so you're just wasting money on random things outside of just the basic needs that you need.
Right.
Facts.
You know, I think also too sometimes because he's saying finding what you love to do isn't always easy. I think what makes it not easy is people not 100% being honest with exactly what they want to do in life. You know what I mean? Or exactly who they are and being 100% honest about exactly what they're interested in. Because I think sometimes what happens is our conditioning and whatever pressures we feel from society and whatever our mom and dad told us that we should be doing, all of these things cause us not to tap into who the fuck we really are, what we really want, and what we're really about, and what we really like. You understand? And so I think once you become, 100% unapologetically what who you are and what you're about in that moment, then it's going to be hard for you to find out what you love to do because you don't even know who you are. You see what I'm saying? So how can you know what you love to do when you don't even know who you are? You got to spend some time figuring out who you are, and then what you love to do will emerge, because then it'll be crystal clear. You see what I'm saying? But and this is the funny part. Most people do know, but they're not brave enough to go in that direction, because they're like, oh, well, what are people gonna think? And I don't think, I don't know if that can like be something that I can make money with or whatever. So they don't ever take the time to think about it, to see, okay, is this something that I can make happen or do? And if they think about it, sometimes they stop themselves because they're worried about what everybody else is gonna think. Right. You see what I mean? So I think that's a big important part where people got to say to themselves, man, fuck what everybody else is thinking. I need to take some time to understand what I'm about. And then that's where you actually find out what you love to do. And then you go down that path and you do those things. And that makes you a more energetic, happier person. So now when we talk about taking breaks, it's almost like you're going to have to force yourself to take a break because you want to keep doing the shit you love to do. You see what I'm saying? So that's usually what happens. A lot of times people like to take breaks or love to take breaks because they don't like what they're doing. Mm-hmm. It's just like when you're at a job and you're looking at the clock, you know what I'm saying? Versus you doing what you like to do, and it's like seems like time just fly by. It's like shit, like time just is going like super fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're always looking for the break because you need a break away from something you don't like. Right. But when you like it, it's almost like you have to force yourself to take a break because you're so involved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And then that I think that also was when taking breaks are more beneficial to the person, because you're actually taking time out to purposely take a break away from the thing so that you can sort of take time to reflect and chill and do whatever else and then go right back into whatever you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Versus you fiending to take a break, then basically you're running away from what you don't like to do. You're running away from what you don't really want to make happen. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It is crazy. But yeah, but let me ask you this one thing before we get out of here in a second. So what do you guys think when it comes specifically to people trying to make more money, like improve their finances and all that other stuff? Do you think that there's so many people out there taking breaks from doing the things they should be doing to get there? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you notice any like specific things that where people are like, they should be going on this path, but then they might be, and then they take a break and then they fall off, or they take a break and they come back, way later and all that other shit?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think some of the conversations that we have with people at the end of the day is that people fail to realize that just because you work hard, just because you earned it, just because you're doing something doesn't mean that you're going to get something. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to breaks and stuff like that, I just tell people off top that you got to work for it, you got to earn it, and you got to take it. And 2 miles is the point, you got to be passionate about it. And then once people realize those core things, that's when you actually begin to make progressive steps. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take the time, if you don't put in the work, do it all the time, like Miles said, you got to eat and sleep this all day, every day. You got to live this. And until you're ready to do that, you're never going to be successful in anything. You're never going to finish any plan that you're doing. You're never going to take anything serious. That's why it's people that be on fad diets, where it's like, oh, I'm on this little diet for 3 months, and it works for 3 months, but because you're not dedicated, because you're not taking all angles serious, at that point, it's done. After 3 months, you go back to revert back to doing what you're doing before. So that's why, yeah, we see people all the time that do that. But that's why we had that real conversation. Like, listen, if you really, truly, truly, deeply care about what you're doing, you're going to stay focused. And that's when we're going to take you on as clients. That's why we don't take everybody's business. As big of a company or smallest company we are, we don't take everybody's business. We don't need everybody's business. Because at the end of the day, if you're not truly ready to take that next step that you say you're taking, we're going to send you on your way. Right. You know what I mean? And then and we're going to get the best out of you because we know we're selecting the right people.
Fuck up out of here, nigga. If you ain't ready to take this money shit seriously, fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking take shots, nigga. What the fuck?
Right. Nah, that's real shit. That's real shit.
That's real for business too. Like, because look, man, if you can't get along with the people you're doing business with, it sometimes don't make sense because let's be honest, like a part of the A part of this question by Kenwood Drive, finding what you do isn't always easy. You know what it all really boils down to is that you haven't fully accepted who you are.
Right.
So to say it in another way, you're not getting along with yourself.
Right. Exactly.
Your soul is not getting along with your ego. There's something missing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Your soul has an idea of what it wants to do, but your ego is standing in the way. So you're out of sync.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get along with yourself. How you gonna get along with somebody else in business? Right. Even if you're trying to provide a service, you still got to be able to get along. You still got to have a common goal, because you go to RKT Appraisal and they tell you, all right, listen, if you really want to buy a house, I'm gonna need you to, I'm gonna put you on this situation. I'm gonna put your name on this card as an authorized user, and then I need this. You got to provide this information to me. As long as you take to get the information back to him, it's not gonna happen. And then if that don't happen, then your credit score don't go up. And if you're not willing to fucking put away $250 a month so you can make an adjustment to your budget so you can actually afford a mortgage of $1,500 or whatever it is you plan to do, nothing's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so before you even come over here and try to do business with somebody, what's going on with you? You understand? Like you not knowing what you're trying to do is not a problem of the world.
Right.
It's not a problem of the exterior circumstances. It's a problem. It's a problem in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's a problem in here. There's something that's not jiving with the continuity between your ego, your brain, and your soul. Like when I say soul, I mean your true desire, like your true innate desire. You understand? And a lot of us get fooled because we desire things just based on what we see, but it has nothing to do with us. That's why you got to be careful with all this social media stimuli and all of these images that we see, and people living all of these glamorous lives and going on trips and this, that, and the third. And it's like, yeah, it looks cool and you may desire it on a surface level, but is it really what you really want from deep down in your core, deep down in your soul? Is that what you really want to do?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Truthfully, you might just be a blue collar nigga. Like you might just be a carpenter. You might just want to work with wood for the rest of your life. Pause. Right. But there's something that's like Lucario said, like you might be afraid to go with that because first of all, you thinking, man, bitches don't want no blue collar nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be flashy out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But your soul is just aching to measure and cut some fucking wood and build a fucking tree house or whatever the hell it is, and then put up some sheetrock, and for you to become a contractor and for you to have dirty hands. That's what your soul really wants. But you over here like, man, I'm trying to be fly, man. Fuck all that work shit. No, nigga. You got to figure it out. You got to really figure it out. Like, is that how you breathe? You don't know. You actually suffocating yourself, but you don't even know. Mm-hmm. You see how I'm saying? So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. We say we want things. We say we want to build generational wealth. We say we want to save for a family. We say we want a comfortable life. We want to retire. We want to do this. We want to do that. But how willing are you? Like, what's your true desire? You understand? You want to look fly right now, or you want to have a comfortable retirement? Which one is it? You understand? You gotta ask these, and every question is questions that you have to ask yourself. You understand? Don't come to RKT Appraisals with these type of questions still. Now, RKT Appraisals can help you answer these questions, but be ready to accept the answers to the questions.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing. A lot of people not ready to, because you come to RKT and be like, all right, listen, so you see this extra $250 that we found in your budget, you're going to have to put that in an account and let that shit build interest and shit. So while we searching for the house, you'll have a little sum of money to put down on the closing costs and shit. And you over there like, nigga, I'm about to buy some Jordans at the end of the month. Fuck all that.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then when it's time for you to pay for the closing costs, RKT is like, all right, so all that money you've been saving in that other account that we told you to put up, we got a couple $1,000 in closing costs for you to close on this house. Where's it at? Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? I kind of fucked it off on some Jordans, my nigga. So now it's going to be a whole nother 90 days before you could close on this house. And guess what? Your pre-approval is going to expire. Now we got to start the whole fucking process over again. And what did you do? You wasted your time and you wasted RKT Appraisal's time.
Right.
Why? Because you're still fighting with yourself. Your soul desires to own a house, but your ego wants to buy Jordans. So which one is going to be? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's real shit. So anything else? Any last words I want to say before we get up here?
Yes. One last thing I'll say is this. Like, there's different areas in people's lives that everyone has to work on, right? So here's what I would say, right? Think about your habits and then think about your goals, right? So for example, your habits on your finances, your goals for your finances, you need to know what those are, right? Your habits for your personal development, your goals for your personal development, your habits for spirituality, your goals for spirituality, your habits for your health, your goals for your health.
Right.
These are different areas in a person's life, like kind of like what you just touched on, Miles, that people don't really think about, but they're not separate. They're all together.
You have
Because
to.
if you're sick, right? How do you work? The answer is you don't work. If you're not in tune with your spirit, right? That's gonna still mess with your business. Because when you're connecting with people, your mind is like all over the place.
Right.
You know, and if your finances aren't together, you know, it's going to be still hard to conduct business. Still going to be hard to stay fit. All these things align together.
Right.
So keep that in mind, all these different areas in your life, and realize that they all connect with each other.
Right.
If one is off, there's a high chance that the rest of them are going to fall into place by all being off. So try to align those things together and make sure that they're all, you know, where they need to be. You know, shout out to Monogamous Player too, man. Shout out to you, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, so guys, make sure that you go to rktappraisals.com. Make sure you hit up my dude Kelly Rashidi so they can get you right. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Anything else to say, Rashidi, before we wrap it up?
Nah, man, just call RKT Appraisals. We'll get it done for you.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, people. So listen, we are out of here. We will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. We gone. Peace.